How's it going today, everyone? This is Sage, and we're back with another fun Market Watch video. So, the start of this video, I kind of want to touch on the megatons that are coming out here in a couple weeks, because we do have some things to keep in mind before we sell some of these cards that are speculated to get reprints. So, the very first thing I want to touch on is the set structure, how everything's numbered, as opposed to last year's with the Dueling Heroes. So with the Dueling Mirrors tins, so far we know there's 400 cards, 50 of those are quarter centuries, and then we have an unknown number of secrets, ultras, and commons. We do know that there will be no supers and no rares, which is a good thing. Nobody really liked the bulk anyway. But what's concerning is how these are kind of laid out in the set already. So we know the first 50 are going to be quarter centuries, and we know this because if we scroll down to UDF and Tyrant RDA, these are 37 and 43. So it's really likely that they're just going to go 1 to 50 and have those be quarter centuries. Now, here we have our alternate arts with DMG at 53. I assume Dark Magician and Blue Eyes will be 51 and 52. That's what makes sense to me. And then all the way up to 60. So that is all of the alt arts. It looks like we'll have 10. Now, we get into 61, and this is Power the Elements with Asa, Shiny Neo Swingman. Kashtira Theosis and Thrust are Photon Hypernova. Quem and Chaos Angel are Syac. Hita, Crimson Dragon, those are Dune. Then we have Agov, Maze of Millennia. And then here we have the Trident Dragon, which is just a reprint from, prior years. But what we're seeing here, okay, is we're not seeing the same kind of structure that we've had in previous years. So in previous years, let's flip over to this set list. This is for the Dueling Heroes. Everything was grouped together. Everything. Every single card that was in each core set was grouped, the same. Here we had Geek Boy and Magic Haribo. This was all Battles of Chaos. They were all grouped together, no matter the rarity. But we pop back, and here we have this distinct separation between ultras and secrets. So some people are concerned that, okay, how they're doing the structure this year is 50 quarter centuries, X number of secrets, which would be from, we can safely assume from 51 up until, look, that's 150 with Melfi Hide and Seek. You can just see it right here. Melfi Hide and Seek is an ultra. So is 50 to 150, is that all prismatic secrets? We have no way of confirming that. We actually don't know, because what's really concerning here is from 150, or from 151, up until at least 291 is all ultras so far. Now, this is a 400 card set. Are you telling me 150 of these are going to be ultras? Are you telling me 100 of these are going to be secrets, and then we have 100 commons? Like, it's possible. It's possible that they just slot the commons in at the end and do like 300 to 400. But I really don't know if they're going to come back and sprinkle in some commons here and there. But it really seems to me that they're doing quarter centuries, secrets, ultras, commons. And just think about it for a second, okay? If there's 100 secrets and you get how many per pack? You get 1 per pack. 1. 3 per 10. Your odds of pulling any given secret, mind you, the secrets are where most of the important reprints are, such as Kashtira Theosis, Thrust, Quem, Chaos Angel, Little Knight, Typhon, Wanted Bonfire, Trident Dragon. They're all secrets. So you get 3 per 10, and are there 100 of them? Same thing with ultras. Sure, you get 3, but are there 150 ultras? You get 3 per pack. But then we have 8 commons per pack. And you're telling me there's only 100? So it's just something to really keep in mind before you go out and like panic sell these secrets. We are going to take a look at some of these cards that have been confirmed for reprints, just to kind of see how the market's adjusting. These cards right here from Rise Heart up until Arius, these don't have a set number, nor do they have a rarity, because these were not confirmed yet. These were in that press release that was, you know, what was it, like given out to some site early, and I don't think we ever got like an official press release unless that was the press release, you know? So just something to keep in mind with these. These aren't confirmed reprints yet, but these are, you know, pretty likely. So, Imseti. Ignore the 130. This is a secret. There are 26 listings on this. $29. It got as low as like 20. But just the fact that this is so low on listings, when, you guessed it, it's right here. It's not confirmed yet. You know, we do have that to account for. But just the fact that it's 26 listings and we're this close to Megatons is just really odd. Same thing here with Quem, except this one's even worse because this is confirmed for a reprint. 27 listings on the OG Secret. Lowest verified at $31, and sales are happening. You know, several per day. Hell, somebody went and bought a whole playset today for $35 a piece, when the tins come out in like 2 weeks. I don't understand it. Chaos Angel also has been confirmed for a reprint, and people are still spending $40 on Chaos Angel. Hell, somebody bought a whole playset yesterday, from the time of recording this video, for $57 a piece. This is confirmed to be getting a reprint in a couple weeks. Why are people doing this? I can't understand it. Toon Kingdom is one that I kind of wish, instead of giving them a quarter century for this, they would have just made it a secret or like an ultra. Hell, even give it a common at this point. Put something out there to just nuke the market from all these Toon Kingdom insane prices. This has almost exclusively high rarities. It has the ulti from OTS. It has the Pharaoh's rares out of Mama. It has a rare from a very hard to find legendary duelist set. And then it has the Dragon's a Legend prints, which are all gone too. It doesn't... This card being $10+ per copy is insane. It's pretty safe to say that the quarter century is probably going to fall around the $10 to $15 range, if not match the ulti at around the $20 to $25 range. So that is something to keep an eye out for. So just, if you find Toon Kingdom quarter centuries early on into the tin release, go ahead and pick them up. This card always performs extremely well. Axel Synchro Stardust. Oh, we ended up clicking something else. This is very cheap now, which is to be expected. It got announced as a quarter century. So the accessible copy is sitting, let's actually click into this, about $9, $10. That's not awful. I remember, I think when this came out, it was around 15 before it shot up to like 30s, 40s. And yeah, it's just been on a constant decline. Rest in peace, Axel Synchro Stardust. I remember when the CR was over $100 too, but Konami really does not like CRs, apparently. Bahamut Shark. This is one I'm kind of happy about as a Plunder Patrol player. So the secret has been very expensive for a very long time. If you wanted just a copy to play, your best bet was getting the rare from the Duels from the Deep Duelist pack, because this was, you know, very plentiful, very cheap, very accessible. However, if you wanted anything with a foil, you would have had to shell out a few bucks for the OTS Super, or you could have ran like the Infinite Gold rare, which it looks fine. But every print of this, aside from the rare, was just very, very pricey for what it was. So I'm really excited to see how the quarter century comes in and affects this. I'm hoping this OG secret drops a little, but I'm assuming the OG secret's going to be above the quarter century, and then the quarter century is going to fall somewhere between the $5 to $8 range. That's my guess. Utopia Double, this is one that's needed the reprint for a long time, so I'm very happy that this is getting a quarter century. Hopefully this Dupo Ultra falls down, and this Ultra settles around like the $2 to $4 range, whereas the quarter century will take this $6 to $10 range. Utopia Double saw, I can't remember what deck it was, but I remember sometime around, probably would have been like POT format, somewhere around there, where Utopia Double was seeing some niche applications, and I remember looking at this card at that time, and it was like $20+. I immediately wrote it off and said, "Yep, I just won't bother getting that card until it gets reprinted." So, Terror Top. This is also a quarter century. Shocker. This does have a high rarity in the ulti. Congrats, Konami, killing more OTS ultis. Shocker. So this should probably fall to around 30 to 40, as people would prefer the quarter century. We see that with every single card that gets a quarter century that has already been an OTS ulti. The OTS ulti will always crash, and people will prefer the shiny version. This super should come back into the market, I would assume, as people get rid of their accessible supers and go for the brand new and more easily accessible quarter centuries for their decks. Pankratops also has a high rarity in the collector rare. This used to be well over $100, but Konami has a habit of killing the higher rarities for everything else just to print a quarter century. So don't be surprised if this Pank falls even further, while the quarter century kind of goes up to the... I can't imagine it'd go too high, maybe like $15-20 at the most, until it starts seeing some sideboard play again. So, King Sark. We checked in on this the last Market Watch, and it's still gone. It's still like $9 to $10 per copy of this. It makes 0 sense. Especially with the tins looming. Now, this is one that was not in that press release list, nor has it been confirmed for a reprint yet. We do know that Konami likes to not reprint everything all at once, just to add some value to some of that other product. I don't know if that's the case, why they do that, but with Labyrinth, we saw the entire core get reprinted, aside from Big Welcome, because Big Welcome was in a set that came after the other cards were released. So that makes sense why Big Welcome shot way up after the tins, because people had the accessible copies of the main deck monsters, and they're like, hey, I need Big Welcome, I need 3 of it. So they went out and bought Big Welcome. This is in the same core set as the rest of the Horus engine, so I really wouldn't see them avoiding the reprint on this, so that is something to kind of keep in mind. If you do have these, I would recommend getting rid of them if you aren't playing them sometime here in the next week or two before we get the full set. Bestial Dispater, this is another one that has not been confirmed yet. Yeah, I don't think this has been confirmed, but it's still sitting around like $25 with 30 listings. This card has been very, very steady for nearly the entire duration of its life. It's had a couple little spikes here and there. Hell, I think right here is where the Baron ban happened. These people were like, hey, I need a Synchro 10, and they immediately went out and bought Dissipators. So that's kind of funny to see. Tier Cash is another that hasn't been confirmed for a reprint yet, but it's very likely given how the rest of the Cash engine, way back from like Dabble, was already reprinted in the last year's Megatons. So it's safe to assume that Tier Cash, along with the next card that we're going to talk about, are going to be reprinted in this year's. Tier Cash is sitting about $15 per copy. This is pretty standard for this card. If we go to the 1 year, it's fallen as low as like $7 to $10, $6 there, but it always has a habit of rebounding up. So I'm hoping that the Megaton version will be a secret, just to, kind of put the OG Ultra to rest. And Rise Heart. We did touch on this in the last market watch. This guy's still at 16 bucks, 16 listings. Absolutely no sense. This has not been confirmed for a reprint yet, though. So, who knows? We're, it's expected that this is going to get reprinted along with Tier Cash and Cash Tier Theosis, but we just have no way of confirming at this time. Typhon has been confirmed for a reprint. It's getting a secret. And the quarter century, I wonder if this $100 is like a light play or... Yeah, okay, it's Asian English. But we do have a Japanese here chilling at 120. However, your lowest quarter century Typhons are sitting about 140. Not too awful. If you guys want the high rarity, that's not ridiculous. The OG Ultra is chilling around the $20 mark with a few copies under that price point, but yeah, this is going to replenish as people prefer the higher mid-max rarity in the Prismatic Secret over the Ultra. Shiny Neos Wingman. This guy is a solo print out of Pote. However, it does have the first edition and the Unlim, so there are two different printings of it out there. This was very expensive for so long, especially after the Flame Wingman Infernal Rage released. Like, this thing shot up from like $3 or $4 all the way up to, I think it was 15 plus at one point. Let's actually go back and look. Yeah, it was around 11 there on the graph, but this is when that card came out, I think. Or maybe it was back here. Yeah, because this would have been this summer, and I think Infernal Rage was Monstrous Revenge, which would have been the summer before. So yeah, it was probably around the $15 mark back then. SP Little Knight. Yep. This was confirmed a couple days ago. No shocker there. Yeah, it is falling very quickly. I could see this kind of maintaining some value, though. Kind of similar to Lubellion. Lubellion OG print after the tins still maintained around $15 to $20, whereas the Prismatic Secret was chilling about the $10-ish range for a while. So I could probably see this maintaining like 20. 20 would seem like a good price point for this OG secret. Wanted, this has already been confirmed. Quarter Century is going to be your highest rarity, of course. However, the OG secret, it's going to have the competition from Prismatic. So this will, continue to decline into the future. Bonfire, also confirmed as a secret. Surprisingly, we don't have a Quarter Century of this. This was only a CR and an Ultra. So CR for now is going to be your safe bet, but honestly, just don't get the CR, get the secret. Because we've seen time and time again how Konami loves to just kill CRs and OTS ultis and that kind of thing. So avoid the CRs like the plague. Transaction Rollback is another one here. This is getting a secret. Same treatment as Bonfire. Again, the same kind of tips apply. Ignore the CR, go for the secret. Or go for the Ultra if it's even cheaper. Trident Dragon. Finally, this thing's getting a reprint. I kind of wish that this would have been in Rarity Collection 2. The fact that Konami announced... when did they announce that this was in the tins? After OTS? I can't remember exactly, but the set came out. I don't think we knew the full set list, or maybe it was just after we learned the full set list of whatever set came out at the time. And then they're like, hey, Trident Dragon, best pals with X and X. Yeah, get it in the Megatins this year. Which was like 6 months away, and everyone was like, oh, okay, yay. Guess we have to pay $100 for this damn card. Don't worry, won't be the case for too much longer. So, Whatnot, we're getting back on. This video is going up on Thursday, so if you guys are seeing this on the day of release, this show will be tomorrow morning. I do have some stuff that I'm going to be running. Let's kind of dig some stuff out. Like, I do have 2 copies of Grass that we're going to be auctioning off, or maybe even like buy it nows. So if you guys need like any cards, just swing on by. We'll be going live at 8 a.m. Central, and I hope to see you guys there. Bone Party. This thing has gone even more crazy. We've seen buyouts with this over the last few months. 11 listings, $30+ for this. So if you guys have these and you're not planning on playing the deck, just offload them. We don't know if Valiant Smashers is going to be in the Mega Tins at all. No reveals have come for Valiant Smashers in tins, so we're kind of assuming it won't be. However, Maze of Millennia is in the tins, so, and Valiant Smashers came out before Maze of Millennia did, so just err on the side of caution here. Protos. This guy has been bought out. He didn't get rebanned on the list, so people are like, yeah, I want Protos. So it went from 25 bucks to 45. Woo! If you guys have Protos and you're not playing Ritual Beast, or I guess Thunder Dragons, go ahead and just get rid of this damn thing. You guys don't need this. Pydra. We already said that Pydra will be going up here as we get closer to the tins, and that it has, been the case. These were around $8 to $10, but now they're quickly up to 11s and 13s. 14s all on the first page here. So if you guys don't have Pydras and you do want to play Tempai, Tempai is still very good, even though it got hit with the Prosperity limit and the Sengen Summoning limit. Tempai is still a very good deck, and Trident Dragon's about to get reprinted, so Pydras are going to go up, unless it gets like an OTS ulti or something, which would be not unlike Konami to do, so... Snake Eye Ash ulti. Speaking of OTS ultis, this thing did shoot up after the list because this is still legal at 1. So people are like, hey, I want my Snake Eye Ash. In the high rarity, since I don't need to buy 3 of them, I just need to buy 1 and still be able to play one of the top decks in the format in Fiendsmith Snake Eye. Yeah, everybody's willing to pay $20 to $25 for these, so not too awful. Silhouette Rabbit, this guy has, quickly gone up with the ban of Appaloosa because Silhouette Rabbit is a lot flexible, not like more flexible, but it is a Link 2, so it is a lot easier to get into, and it does give you some pretty impressive power with being able to set the Azaroon. So this is $21+ for the secret, which is insane because these used to be as low as 7. So if you guys bought them around that mark, GG, you guys are very, very, very up. Alternative Ultimate. So this thing did not get the reprint in the Blue Eye Structure deck over in the OCG, the brand new one. The final extra deck card was revealed, and it's a Xyz rank 8 Blue Eyes monster that when it's summoned, you can negate everything that's faced on your opponent's board. Just everything's negated. Not just as long as this thing is on the field, it is a permanent negate, just so kind of insane. But this didn't get reprinted, so people are talking about this. This is a card that you do play in Blue Eyes because you can get it out with Magia. Your opponent cannot target or destroy this card with card effects. Once per turn, target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. So this is very good, and it gives you, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon stats to beat with. Keep an eye on this. It's like a one-of, I would assume. I don't think you'd want to play it at more than that, but it would not hurt to get this, especially since people are very, I guess, concerned or speculative over the legality of a reprint for this, given that it's a Kazuki Takahashi artwork. So people are saying that this potentially can't be reprinted because it was a Kazuki Takahashi artwork original, So that's the kind of talk around this card that I've heard over the last few months. Dupe Frog, I wanted to touch on this OTS super because I feel like I'm not hearing a lot of this from, anyone else. These supers are like $25+. It just... insane. It's still maintaining that price point, which is just insanity. I sold mine, I think, at 15. You lose out once in a while. That's fine, though. Left Arm Offering, we touched on this also. These are sitting at $7 now. I think they were around $5 when we touched on them the last time. Let's actually go near mints. Yeah, look at that very significant spike. People want to be able to get into their grass. Traptrix Murmelio. This is for hat format. There's been a lot of popularity around hat format here recently, and I kind of like to see it. People, diving into more of these retro formats and trying to find the one that fits best with them and their interests. Murmelio is like completely gone. These are 8 listings, 2 different play sets on the market, just $15+. You could have gotten these as low as like 7s 3 months ago. They were as low as like 5, so just insane. Title. So, title. We touched on the secret, but what we didn't touch on is the rare. The rare is 44 listings. If we clean it up to near mints, 13 listings of near mints. Why? Why is this $5 for a rare when you can come here? Wow. Secret has 15 listings also, but hey, there's a couple listings here at 6. Sure, it's a non-verified, otherwise you're paying like 10. But why are we paying $5 for a rare when you could just pay a few extra bucks and get a secret? It makes no sense to me. Photon Delta Wing with the Light Duelist pack and the new Galaxy support. This card does get used. 28 listings on the Ultra, still chilling around the $4 to $5 range on these. Just something to keep an eye on. This does have a collector rare also, so if you guys want to risk with a collector rare and risk like a quarter century reprint, go ahead. Raigeki, this is one that kind of stuck out to me, okay? So Spirit Charmer, super rare. From the structure. $3 to $4, okay? Then we go over Retro Pack, the new 2020 date reprint. It's like 5 or 6. Why are we paying $4 for a Structured X Super when we can come and get this clean looking Ultra for 6? Makes no sense to me. Get the Ultra. Red Eyes Chicken. This guy is also moving pretty quickly, which is kind of surprising. 44 listings on this, around the $7 to $8 range. If you guys need one of these for the binder, just go ahead and get it. The Blue Eyes you can see down here too is also kind of low on listings at 58, and the DMG from the same tin is also 56 listings. So if you guys do need these alt arts, go ahead and pick them up before they get even more scarce. This is the biggest joke of an OTS ulti, I think, in the history of OTS ultis. Exodia the Forbidden One out of OTS 25. This is now under $10. They literally speed ran the lowest value OTS ulti compared to the date of release. We've had sub $10 OTS ultis before, like Arm Dragon level 10, or even Firewall at one point. But this OTS just came out and it's already under $10. Like, that's a little concerning. And it's because they did the foil. They just did it so dirty compared to the Exodia ulti that the OCG got many, many years ago. They could have made it look so much better than just foil in the background, you know? So that's why this is under $10. Just don't even bother wasting your money on this. And if you get it out of an OTS pack, just trade that thing for like an Ash Blossom, like a singular common Ash Blossom. It'll be worth more to you as a player in the long term. Speaking of Firewall, so this ulti has jumped up. You can see it was around 7s, 8s forever, but now with the Malice archetype looming on the horizons, this has gone up to around the $14 to $15 mark. We love to see it. You know, I think I bought my Firewall at 20, 18 or 20. So I do like to see some value come back to this card. It's a very, very pretty ulti. Something about the links just looks really good in ulti. Extra Hero Infernal Devicer. I kind of wanted to touch on this too, because there are 54 listings of this. We do have a massive wall here at $4, but compared to some of the other secrets, this is like a more middle of the road secret from Battles of Legend here. So if we look at the other promos, comparatively, these four here all have around 50 listings, along with Big Eye. Yeah, and it kind of makes sense because these are the higher tiers. But then we have like Gamma Seal and Cyber Slash. Gamma Seal is like very plentiful. I feel like these are kind of worth at the $3 to $4 mark too, if you can find a few of these. That is a kaiju that always comes in and out of the format. Vanity's Emptiness, again, this is for, I think, hat format. This is the high rarity and the secret out of Legendary Collection 5Ds. These are moving. Let's filter near mints. These are still about 16 bucks. Somebody has 20 copies, another 5. So you do have time to pick these up if you want them. I have one copy of this. I still do need to get a couple more secrets for the band binder. EMP Meow Mine too. So this is one that kind of caught my eye. We saw quite a lot of these move comparatively. 145 at the beginning of August, which would have been about a month ago. 64 listings, still sitting about the $3 to $4 range. This did come out in Phantom Nightmare, so we're assuming that it won't get a reprint in this year's tins, or maybe in like an OTS or something. But people are experimenting more with Sprite, I've been seeing. And this card does, perform very well in Sprite or in the Live Twin deck. So keep an eye on this card. Masquerade. This is a really weird one. I can't tell you the use case for this because I honestly don't know. But if we look at the first ed near mints, these are just like quickly gone. Like 11, 15. I have no clue why this card got so expensive. Like, maybe hat? I don't know if this is a hat format staple, but it is a solo print. Galaxy Photon Dragon. This did come out in Photon Hypernova, so there is a chance they give this like an Ultra or a Common or something in the tins. But with the looming Galaxy support, this has been going up. It's around the $6 to $7 mark on these, so just something to keep an eye out. Low listings. Always want to point those out when we find them. Summon Stork Jump. This is one that I am still surprised has not been errated in the TCG, because it's been errated in the OCG for a while now. And this jump, it shot way up with the Summon Stork errata. Wow, I wonder where that happened. Boom. Quickly doubled, and it's now sitting around the same price that it was pre-errata. It's sitting around the $5-ish range. So just something to keep an eye out for if you guys want this jump promo before the errata comes to the TCG. Sure, the Blue Flame, this is the Super, the RGBT set code out of the Duelist Pack 10. These are also kind of moving. So if we go ahead and filter again by near mints, there are 7 of these. 7 listings. 7 plus $1.50 shipping, but lowest verified is $10. $10 on Shura's. And if we look at all versions, this does have a high rarity in the Ultra. But the Ultra is even worse. The Ultra is gone. And I'm pretty sure... Let me check this little stack here. I'm pretty sure I have an Ultra sitting right next to me. Yeah, I have an Ultra. just chilling. Hell yeah, we love to see that. So this is like a only verified listing is, 12, 16, 25. Terrifying. So that's the one we're going to be holding on to. I think people were saying that's another hat format thing. But also it's Edison too. Blaze. We've touched on the quarter century. However, now with the Dragon Rulers coming back to 2, this does become a lot more usable within the Dragon Ruler deck. So the secret is getting bought out. It is at $7 with 25 listings. See this big spike here. So if you guys got these from, Battles of Legend, they're going up quickly. Red Lotus, this dude has quickly fallen. 111 listings, sitting around the $5 to $6 to $7 range. I remember when these got bought out to 20. Yeah, it was very, very unlikely for this to stick unless RDA was going to do something as a deck. Kurikara, 91 listings here for the secret, sitting about $4 to $5. Not awful, but there is a chance that this does get reprinted in the Megatons, so just hold off until Megatons. And runic cards. So the ones that really caught my eye here were Flashing Fire. The Ultra is like $2 and 50 listings, whereas like every other runic card is like 100-ish listings for the spells. Even the Megaton ones, like aside from like Freezing Curses being 86 listings, but they're all kind of up there on listings. But for some reason, Flashing Fire is just so much lower on quantities comparatively. So that's just something to kind of, watch out for. And again, if you guys made it to the end of this very long market watch, I want to thank you for your time. I hope you guys got some valuable information out of this, and I encourage you guys to go down to the description and go to my Whatnot and bookmark the show for tomorrow. If you guys sign up to Whatnot using my link, you guys will get a $15 credit that you guys can use on the site, and that will come back and I'll get a little kickback from that too, so I'd greatly appreciate it. If you guys are looking for any singles, swing by tomorrow morning. Let me know what you guys are looking for. Let me know in the comments what you guys are excited for most out of the Megaton reprints this year. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at the Whatnot Live. Hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you guys later. Take care.